guys, I guess this is part 3. I'm not much of a teacher, I'm more just a doer. So even if you pick up one tip on all these videos I've done, that I guess is better than nothing, right? I don't know what to tell you. One of my YouTuber guys out there, Sigmund Floyd, he calls himself, he got hold of me and said, Rick, I'd like to come down and watch you and see how you take measurements when you cut stuff and take it apart. And I was like, oh, well, I guess, okay. There is no rhyme or reason to how I do things. I look at things and take measurements from points that aren't going to move, and that's it. So I guess what I'm talking about here, for an example, is, let me see, where can I go here? If you're going to cut out, say, this wheel tub, and you want to make sure this lands back in place properly, you would take measurements of where the tub was to that. But if some guys will cut the tub out, then all of a sudden they'll cut this out and they'll go, my measurements don't line up. Well, then you should have took a measurement from this to wherever it goes, you know what I mean? So, I see guys do this sometimes, believe it or not. They'll take a measurement of something and they'll cut out the part where they're measuring from. And then it's like, you got to have a point that's stationary, if you know what I mean. You got to take a measurement from a point that's stationary. You can see, I mean, I've got things written there. I've got 12 written over there. It means nothing to you, it does to me. 2 1/4 there, 21 1/2 there. All these, look at these little measurements. You know, left, center, 19, all this stuff means stuff. Now the nice thing about today's technology is you can take tons of pictures with your phone too. So anyway, with that being said, this is part 3. So obviously you saw in the last one I had set the floor in. Now I've got the right hand side inner wheel tub in place. As again I said, the outside one I do not weld in yet. I just clamp it on with my clamps here and there. You know, up underneath here you can see. What I want to do is, before I put this on, I want to fit the quarter panel to this side of the car. When you fit the quarter panel, we got to hang the door back on. We got to make sure the quarter panel, the center body line, lines up with the center line of the door. You want to get your door working properly, align it, then make sure the striker's working. Yes, it's a lot. Make sure it goes click, click, in and out. Then you want to put your quarter on, get the body line in line. Then when you're putting your quarter panel on, the reason I don't put these outer tubs on is, see this lip here? This lip sits inside of the wheel housing that's cut open on your quarter panel. And these tubs can move a little bit this way, a little bit that way. So this is why you don't put these on yet, till you fit it to the quarter panel. So now across the back here, like I said, I haven't clamped it yet, but this welds onto here. I'm not going to weld it as I do the floor here. I'm going to leave it all loose because I got to replace this back pan. So I'll do a separate video on that. So basically there's not much more for me to show you here. I've got once I get my inner wheel tubs in place, you can see I've started, you know, drilling some holes over there, putting my couple self tappers in. I'm going to drill some more holes in, that way there I can plug weld it back onto the frame rails. And then basically we're going to leave the back the back like I said, and then we'll get these wheel tubs. You know, you can see the gap here because I haven't put my vice grips on there yet. We got to hold that tight, then we got to get that welded up too from the inside, plug weld it too. And then factory, you would have just ran your seam sealer down there. So that's it, guys. So that's where we're at on this old girl. But it's all the time consuming that people don't think about too. Like for instance, here, where are we here? I had a piece I was going to show you guys. Right here. This is a piece of the rear chunk pan that went across here. This is actually, see this bump up where my thumb is? That's actually this piece here. I cut this out here. See, I got all my measurements written down. All them parts and pieces, people never think about where the time goes. You got to take them, drill all the spot welds out, take them off. Then on the back side you can see they're all rusty, so we clean them up, which I haven't done yet. We'll clean those up and then we'll put some weld through primer on there, and then these got to weld here. What those are, if you're wondering what those are, is those are where the convertible top motor would mount to. So I started to cut this one off, and like again I said, look at all the notes I take. You know, there's stuff like that people don't see. There's this little piece on the trunk floor. This is for your jack handle. I'm not going to reuse that. I just kept this piece for the measurement itself, but I'm not going to reuse it because you can buy them new for like 10 bucks. So I mean, for me to take that off of there, clean it up, probably only take me 5 minutes or so, but still for 10 bucks I just get a new one. Why waste my time? Why waste the customer's money, right? So all this kind of stuff has got to be done. All of it. So everything is lining up beautiful. It's looking good. So that's it pretty much here. I don't know what else to show you guys. You can see here when I put the inner wheel housing in, how it just butted right back up to this piece, which is nice. So now normally, I guess if you wanted to say factory, and I guess you can say, Rick, you're not doing a factory, if you would see, that brace would have been plug welded to the inner wheel tub. If you look carefully, I did not do that. I actually just did a nice weld all the way down. To me, I just wanted to do that because the convertible top mounts there, I wanted to know it was solid. When I went to take the original ones off, they were pretty solid, but still, they were a little bit flimsy, so I just wanted to make sure it's not going to move. I like to make sure when something leaves here, the welds are just good, solid, and that's it. And honestly, no one ever sees that, so, you know, it's all covered up. And that's never going to move anywhere in my lifetime, and probably not the next person's lifetime, only because nobody drives these cars anymore as daily drivers or in the weather. So once you really restore a car now, they pretty much last forever. Unless you're like myself and you drive them every day long, because you all know that I don't believe in trailer queens or garage queens. My cars sit in carports, they still get the snow blown on them, and so be it, and that's it. But anyway, okay, so there's kind of a little update where we're at here. Thank you for subscribing, thank you for watching. Go to my Facebook, Old Time Garage. There's little small videos up there you don't see. My Instagram is a bit difficult. It's Ricks_Old Time Garage. You can look there. And yes, we have got t-shirts on the way, new t-shirts. So they will be coming out sometime mid to end of November for all your Christmas gift ideas. And you guys that are new to me and don't know about it, you can go to my website, oldtimegarage.ca, and find t-shirts, decals, and beer cozies on there. Okay, remember, it's always a good time at Old Time. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.